Stress reduction for better teaching. Stress has a huge impact on the way that we live, and it doesn't go away, but it's very important to have positive ways to manage it. Stress prevention strategies benefit both teachers and students within the classroom and within our personal lives. One of the most surprising things that I've learned during this course is that there are different types of stress. For me, I always internalized my stress and I took it on as myself creating the stress rather than thinking that there are external factors. There are acute stress situations that we occur when driving and getting into a car accident. Our acute stress for that particular situation comes about. I think that it's very important for people, especially teachers within our job, to be aware of the different types of stress. I have included a short little video from YouTube that offers the different types of stress and the causes for it as well. Another huge impact of this course is learning how stress really impacts the body, how there are cognitive symptoms, physical symptoms of the body, emotional symptoms. I feel like when I read this chart from one of the module foundation readings, it was really eye-opening to realize how much stress affects you. And reading it now, I'm thinking, wow, I'm really stressed out. That perhaps affected my immune system and why I have this horrible cold that I've had for 2.5 weeks and can't get rid of. I found that this chart would be a perfect eye opener for my colleagues to see how stress really impacts the body. Stress response is the fight or flight response, or otherwise known as the alarm reaction. Kicks in when incurring any type of stress. When dealing with chronic stress, there are a lot of effects that can really end your life. Alzheimer's and dementia really stuck out to me, that the effects of stress has on your brain is life altering. So it's very important for people to be aware, especially teachers and students, to be aware of this so that we're able to manage stress better. The personal well-being survey, I actually took from our class. I found it to be very beneficial. I like that it offered you ranges and suggestions of ways to manage the areas where you needed to work on. So I have included that link in for my colleagues to use as a resource. When I saw this link in the module for how to make stress your friend, I thought it was a joke. But after watching this TED Talk, there are a lot of valuable takeaways from the video. For one, I do think that it does help inspire that grit in anybody, that instead of thinking of stress as a negative and turning it into a positive, it offers people to rise above the occasion and say to myself, I can do this. We can do this. And I thought that it was a great way of looking at stress and wanted to share that. Some techniques for stress management in the classroom that I find to be very effective. The first would be just breathing exercise, just having students take a deep breath when they come in, give them a minute of mindful breathing. But I also like the idea of just trying out the guided imagery and the transcendental meditation. I am one that loves to meditate. I always try and make an excuse of the reason why I can't. So even if I'm just like walking into the building, washing my hands, I try and take a minute to take a breath and center myself. I'm not always great at doing so, but I do find that some of these techniques can be very helpful to students. So I am really looking forward to trying them out in the classroom and hearing the students' feedback after doing the activity. I recently did a little presentation during a department meeting about one of the courses that I was taking, and I really found that teachers were really in to having apps on their phone that can give them notifications and help make them more aware and getting into a routine of being in a positive mindset and being mindful. So I did include a link to an article that I found to offer, many apps. But I did just highlight my favorite ones. Headspace, I've had for a really long time. Stop, Breathe, and Think is something new. Calm, I see those advertisements everywhere, and I do think that it is a great app. And Happify is something new that I wasn't aware of before either, but definitely excited to try it out. The following is the link to the SurveyMonkey for all the participants that were there when I presented.